Hi guys, it's Belle here and it is the start of a new week, which can only mean one thing here on this channel. It is time for Margarete Miller Monday. And it is week 35, guys. As always, I will leave links to Margarete Miller's Etsy and YouTube down below. And don't forget, I have playlists for everything I've done so far this year, as well as the previous 2 years, if you are interested in that. So let's get started. I have my little box of goodies here. So an illustration from a children's book. So I got sent this years ago in some Happy Mail, and I just thought this was really, really cute. I know it's a dog, but it's giving me fox vibes. So that's what we're going to go with. It's a lovely sunshiny, beachy one on the other side, but we're going to have that one. A hexagon. Well, it's so funny because I've got this little one, and I'll tell you why it's funny. I'm going to cut out this little hexagon here. I'll tell you more about that when the time comes. Brown or craft paper. So I had a brown paper bag, and I thought these kids down here were quite fun. So we're going to use that. Name of a favourite tea. Well, I usually use my mint tea in this, but I do also love Pucker's lemon, ginger and manuka honey, especially when I'm not feeling too well. And I like the colour of this, so we are going to use that one instead. A string of numbers. So I just have this vintage book page that's got lots of numbers on it. I have a couple of other little bits. Something fragrant. So I've picked pumpkin because everything around me at the moment is pumpkin. So let's get started. Okay, I had to take the tea bag out of that because I hadn't used it yet, which is great because now I feel like you're too close. Let me bring you up a bit. Okay, that's a bit better. So I want this on here, and I think I'm just going to cut around roughly the tent and the dog. I don't know, I'm in such an autumn mood, and I don't know why camping reminds me of autumn. Realistically, it's more like a summer activity because that's warmer, you go out, you have your fires. I think it's the fire. I think it's the fire thing that makes me think of autumn. Yeah. So how are all of you guys? Hope you're all okay. We had such a busy last week because my youngest came home for about 5 days. He's nearing the end of his masters. He's just got a couple weeks to hand in his final piece, and that will be it. And then his graduation ceremony will be early next year. But yeah, he's just got a few weeks to hand in his final piece. So he's been a bit, you know, stressed. So he came home for a little while, and we also sort of spent a little bit of that time sorting out his room, because his room is also now our sort of guest room / put everything in there until we have found a home for it kind of room. You know, when we're decluttering and stuff. And yeah, so we decided to have him come home and just do another quick sort of go through and all that kind of thing. Also went in the attic and did some clearing out of there, and he got to look for some stuff that he was sort of searching for and that. So it was just, we spent just a sort of few hours doing that, because that's what it really needed. But that's where I found the little hexagon artwork piece. It sort of fell out one of his art folders, and so he was like, oh yeah, I can just throw that, it's just a little piece. And I was like, no, I'm going to take that, because I bet you something comes up where I think I'm going to cut this out actually, where I need it for like a collage or something. And funny enough, wouldn't you know it, it did. So good save there on my behalf. So yeah, it was lovely having him home though. We got to play games in the evening. I got to cook for him. And he got to just relax and spend some time focusing on his, you know, working on his final project. I think that's going to go in the middle. So I need to put that there so I remember. And, you know, spending some quality time with his brother because his brothers came home for the summer from uni. So yeah, it was just really nice to have him home, but it went far too quickly. As I'm sure it always does, you guys out there who have kids who aren't at home, when they do come to visit, it always goes too quickly, doesn't it? So yeah, it's one of those things, but it was still, I feel happy to have spent the time with him. And get to do some fun things, as well as, you know, him get to work on some stuff. It'll be strange for him when he's actually finished, because he's, you know, been in at university for years. So it'll be strange when he's finished. So we're going to put that there, I think. And I wanted, I don't know what I want to do with this. I don't just want to put it behind, because that seems too easy. Although maybe I'll put the back bit behind. I don't know. It's so pretty, this tea bag. We could put it like that, but I kind of wanted the... Do you know what? I want the name so I can use that somewhere else, but then I want the lemon and manuka honey bit kind of maybe there. We have got a small gap there, but that's okay because I can fill that with something else. So I'm going to do that first and then we'll work on the other bit. So yeah, so that was really nice to have him home and spend some time with him. But it just meant last week sort of zoomed by. It did make me laugh though. I am in full-on autumn mode here in this house, even though the sun is valiantly trying to stay summery. And so when he was here, we got the autumn boxes, decoration boxes and things out of the attic. And then on... what day is it? It must be, oh, it was on the Friday. I decided it was time to start putting up the decks. And so, yeah, I put the majority of the autumn decks up on Friday. Mainly because I also just wanted to see what else I might need and, you know, all that kind of thing. Because there's so many beautiful things in the shops, but there's no point buying them if I already have those things or if I have no spaces for them and all that kind of thing. So I try and be conscious of what I'm bringing into the house, both for space and other reasons. And then I got up Saturday to find that it must have been me putting up the autumn decorations. But I got up to grey, cold skies, wind and torrential rain. And that's what it was like for the whole day. It felt like November weather. It was wonderful. So I had an excuse to really early turn on all my autumnal twinkle lights, light the autumn candles, and just really enjoy some... autumn feels. So I think it was me putting up the decorations. However, it is now Sunday and it is beautiful and sunny again. So it only lasted for one day, but it gave me the autumn feels for one day. So I'm grateful for that. But that's why I picked pumpkin, because right now I have so many pumpkin candles and cinnamon candles, but mainly pumpkin and pumpkin-esque candles. around. So I wanted to put that there. And what I was thinking is maybe putting the pucker kind of, I don't know, down the side or something. Because it says the name of one. Let's try and do this and see what this is like. But just look at that. Does that not make you think of autumn with the little flowers and things? Beautiful. I don't know where I want that one yet. So we'll leave that, and what we'll do is we'll go to the brown paper bags, because this also gave me kind of Famous vibes. You know, there's one where they literally go camping. This just shows you the difference between then and now. So I think obviously the Famous Five is often set in the 40s and 50s, and they're literally allowed to go camping. They do go with this older gentleman who's like a teacher or something, who's studying botany, the flowers on the moors or whatever. But basically, he's completely scatterbrained, and the parents must be George's parents, because the other three, they are at George's for the summer. And so the parents just go, oh yeah, go camping with this random guy who literally can't remember his name half the time because he's so focused on his studies. But yeah, you just go randomly camping on the moors with this guy. And this guy basically leaves them to their own devices the whole time. So they're off travelling around, going into shops, getting like the train, I think at one point, obviously. A whole thing happens and they discover a criminal gang and all that kind of thing. Going talking to the local farmers and just doing all sorts of... I'm just roughly cutting this out. I don't like fussy cutting. And just doing all this stuff. Nothing, like, no way to contact their parents. Nothing kind of... No adult supervision. Little Anne is making the breakfast every day for the older gentleman, and they'll make a dinner and make sure he's eaten because he keeps forgetting to eat because he's so busy wandering off with the flowers. Obviously, I think it's George gets captured by the bad people. It's just like, really, in today, first of all, you have mobile phones, so you would be making your child check in the whole time, and obviously you've got like Find My Phone apps and all that kind of good stuff, and secondly, you would probably really vet the situation out. You wouldn't just be like, yeah, that's fine, kids, go off on your own with this completely random person. I think that's going to go down there. I like that. That is cute. So if we put it there, although I like it there now. I like it there. So they've all brought their dog. Which way do I like it? I did like it there. No, I like it over there. So that's what we're going to do. And before I've even stuck this down, because I still don't know if I'm going to put things underneath it. So yeah, it was just a different time, wasn't it? But you read those books now and you think, I mean, that's not the worst one. There's whole stories where they're allowed to just stay home with a cook who doesn't even sleep there overnight. The Giant Pumpkin. It's like James and the Giant Peach, isn't it? The Famous Five and the Giant Pumpkin. Don't know where I like it. Is it too big? We've still got our hexagon, so let's cut our hexagon out. So yeah, this is from one of my son's folders. It's just so funny because I just saw it and I went, you know what, I'll put that on my little tray on my table, because at some point it's going to come in handy, probably for a Margarete Miller. And literally the next week it did. Could put it down there. Don't want it hidden too much though. You need to be able to see it. I also got this just because I like the colours and it is quite autumnal. I just kind of liked the colours of it. We don't really need it, but I do like the colours. I'm thinking for that little gap just down there. I'm always adding more to these. I'm always like, yeah, there's not enough prompts. I'll just add something else that we don't need. Don't know if I like that. Now I'm looking at it. I wonder if I like it like that. No, you know what? Let's just add another few numbers across there. That's what we're going to do. So yeah, different times. Yes, just go off with this gentleman who literally forgets everything. And whilst you're off, you know, you cook dinner and everything for him. I mean, they do play it in the stories that little Anne does love. Thinking about it, I could have moved this over even more. That little Anne does love. Could have it completely there. Can you hear the ice cream fan, guys? And there go the dogs. Can you hear that? Oh, those dogs always make me laugh. I think we're just going to put the giant pumpkin there, you know. I think I like it there. And I do have the tea bag, which would have made a good tag, realistically, wouldn't it? Or it even could have gone down there. See what we could have done? We wouldn't have actually needed the... All I can hear is those dogs. I know a lot of you say you can't hear the dogs. I don't know. I'm going to glue the bottom of this down and then we're going to work from there. Yeah, I know a lot of you can hear the ice cream man, but you can't hear the dogs when they go off. It just makes me chuckle. It's every time. It's obviously the frequency of the ice cream jingle. It's obviously the frequency of it, but it just makes me chuckle. It really does. Because it's not their fault. Yeah, I could have made this my tab thinking about it, but I didn't. So it is what it is, right? I think the pumpkin is going to go here. The famous 5 and the giant pumpkin. Dun, 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 dun. And then we have the little hexagon. Which I don't know. I kind of just like up there. But I think I wanted words along there. I think that's what it is that's bothering me. That I wanted some words. So maybe I'll put the hexagon there. Where the numbers are or something. Further down. I feel like if I put it right there, which is where I kind of like it, it would be too much where the pumpkin is. Although we could move the pumpkin up, couldn't we? We could do that. And then have that there. Which way do I want it though? With the green and the red more? I like it like that, and we'll put the pumpkin up there. I don't know, it's not coming together. It's not in my head the way I'm like imagining it to be. I just really like the pumpkin. Right, we're just going to put the pumpkin here, guys. It's where I like it. It may be all too much, but it's where I like it. But then there's too many numbers over here. It's too busy with just the numbers. And yeah, I feel like if we add the pumpkin there, it's almost too busy too. What do we think? Are you shouting at me? You're saying, Belle, Really, it's fine. Just put something on there. It's just not right. And I can't work out why. Something's not right. Because I still need pucker. Because it says the name. I could have it coming up behind the pumpkin, couldn't I? I feel like that's too much. Right, we're doing it here. I'm doing it. I'm sticking it down. I'm not faffing about too much more. So, yeah. I mean, when I reread the Famous 5 stories, or I reread most of them, I ended up deciding I wasn't going to finish the series. I mean, it hasn't aged well. The early stories aren't too bad, but then, yeah, they haven't aged the best. So I reread most of them. I think there was just a few I didn't finish, but I was like, I'm not enjoying these anymore, so we're just not going to do it. And reading them as an adult was quite the experience because, you know, being a mother, all I could think is, whew, if that was my child, I would be like, where are you going? Who are you going with? Call me when you get there. Is there a responsible adult with you? Like, what's happening? Keep me informed. That's what I would be like. But, different times, eh? Different times. Let's just do that. Let's just put that up there. So, it was quite stressful rereading it as an adult. So I was just like, what decision is that you guys are making? Why aren't you watching your children? Yeah. Like, there's some where they go away and the mother goes into hospital or something and the father's like, no one contact us for a week, I'll phone you. And it's like, they don't even know quite what's happened. And George is like, mother's ill and all this kind of thing. And it's just like, no one's sort of told them. Okay, so I'm going to use these rub-ons. And I want to put, this is my happy place. Because, you know, they're out camping. And I might even put field notes on here because I feel like, you know, they're out camping. They're going to maybe be taking some field notes. Maybe. I'm thinking I might put it on the pumpkin. So, yeah, so I have all my fall stuff up. And my pumpkin candles. There's nothing nicer than when you've had a really good candle lit and you come down in the morning and your house still smells like that candle. I mean, pumpkin, yes. And I had cinnamon waffles yesterday. I made some cinnamon waffles with maple syrup. I did use banana. I think I would have liked, really, if I'd thought about it, I would have stewed some apple and make some, like, spiced apple compote. I want to have, what else do I see? I said field notes, didn't I? We could have field notes. Or have I got one here that I like? In the sweetest thing, travel the world. No, we'll just have, do I want field notes? I feel like I want a better one. Is there a different one? Discover, maybe. Discover might be a good one. Or explore. Explore's good. So yes, I should have really made some spiced apple compote to go with the waffle. but I didn't. And I had cinnamon in the waffles, so that was good. So I had cinnamon waffles with maple syrup and banana for lunch. And then pumpkin candles. I mean, it was just all autumn here yesterday. It really was. Rain flowing down, even destashed and went through my autumn craft items, my autumnal ones, getting ready for some new projects. And yeah, it was just a nice day. I really liked it. Okay, I think maybe I'm going to go round it with some walnut stain. So, but it only lasted the one day, and now we're back to the final days of summer, which is fine. It's fine. But I was so excited to get up and see it raining a little bit, and believe me, the garden really needed it. So that was good, but yeah. Okay, so we didn't put the name of the tea, did we? So what I might just do is maybe write the name somewhere. Maybe up here on the inside of the tent. Maybe here. I mean, it says, what does it say? Name of a favourite tea. That's the name of it, isn't it? Realistically, it's not the actual tea brand, but I'll just put that on there anyway. So I've got the name of the tea. Why was I... brains in autumn mode, and that's what I'm focused on. Okay, so today's one. Illustration from a children's book. So we have this in the background. A hexagon back there. Brown or craft paper. We've got this cute little image. The name of a favourite tea. Pucker's lemon, ginger and manuka honey. A string of numbers. We've got all the numbers down there. And bonus, a fragrant item from your surroundings. Pumpkin. So what do we think, guys? I probably spent far too long on it. Especially trying to work out where certain things went. But that's just the way it is sometimes. Let me put the prompts on the back. And yeah, we're getting near the end of the year. So I've got to start thinking realistically, will I do the challenge again next year? If Margarete Miller's actually doing one next year. And if she is, will I do the challenge? And if so, how? So that's today one. It's got autumnal vibes like the last one. And yeah, I hope you like it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will be back soon with another video. Until then, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having lots and lots of crafty fun. Bye for now.